אף על פי שבכל שבס ויום טוב יכול לקדש ולאכול מבית יום, you can make Kiddush earlier, have milk and everything, in order to hasten Mechal HaKodesh, in order to, he gives a good reason, not because it's late on Friday night and you want to sit with your family. He gives a different reason. אבל בפסח אין הכן. לפי שמצוות אכילת מצה היא דווקא בלילה, כמו כל בפסח. תכסיב בי ואוכלס הבוסר בלילה הזה. וכן מצוות ארבע כיסס היא דווקא בלילה. וכיוון שגם הכיס של קידוש היא אחת מארבע הכיסס, לכן הם מקדשים עד שיהיו בלילה. ילבש את הכתר ויתיישב על משאבי לעשות את הסדר. Incidentally, I didn't bring it with me now, but there's a big problem in the Chabad houses. The problem in the Chabad houses is that, Lamashal, this year, for example, Luke mentioned is 6 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock. By the time you get finished in shul with Maidav, it'll be already with Hallel. It'll be already 8 o'clock.
Or later than that.
You know, and the people you want people coming to the Seder, and the Seder will first start 8:30. I mean, what to do? So there's a Rabbi Soul in the Kailo. His name is Deitch. I forgot his name, his first name. I'm sure that. So he devised a whole way how to get around.
Orchestrated so that you get right to stay.
Start earlier. A little change in the Seder, and in order that the people should
be able to be
because most people that come in the Chabad to the Seder are waiting for the meal, you know. Basically, developed itself a Maisa that there was once an Araman that there was among the group of Aramalite there was a guy. The guy hooked up with the Aramalite, and you know he went around collecting it. So the Yid kept telling the guy, "It's coming now, a big meal that you're gonna come to Seder." He told him to Seder. The guy is getting ready for the Seder, you know, and he finally comes in, you know. They didn't know he's a guy, and he is sitting there, and they make Kiddush. No, make Kiddush, a glass of wine, and it's good, yeah. Then goes Urchatz. So Urchatz, he knows that by the Jews, after Kiddush you wash. So he figured if the Kiddush he's going to wash, you know, and then it'll be the meal. He washes, and we get the Meshnikul Zibul. So he didn't understand what's going on. And Mazok, you know, he's sitting there on pins and needles. And finally, they come to the second case. No, okay, not a case, okay. He relaxed a little bit. Then later after that, again they washed and right to go. Then they gave him matzah and a brech the tzayne, you know, it's hard shmura matzah. And then after that, they gave him morah, you know, they give him the morah and he tastes the morah and he spits it out and says, "I don't need you Jews with your meal." When he came back at night to the place where the Aramalite was staying, the Hegdish over there, so he tells him, you know, you misled me. He says, "What happened?" He tells him the whole story of us. He says, Ivan bribed Ivan. If you waited another little bit, we would have the Suda. Okay. Umitzu Chalek Latinakish Shkedim V'Agoizim Ukadaimet to give out things to the children. Kadesha Yiru Shinu. I don't think we do this today, but
My father did. I still do it to my kid. Yeah,
you do, yeah.
My grandkids.
Kadesha Yiru Shinu V'Yishalu V'Yedeza Yisayru Lishal Gamken Almatza Umora V'Aseva. But the other thing they say, V'Tinik V'Kinakish Shigil L'Chinuch Hainu Shehen Yoidim Me Kedushas Yontev Bavina Mashma Sapna sees Messiah. They understand a little bit of what it's all about. Noisangahem Gamken Kaishi Yishtam Imanu. You get them also from the Talmud Kaiser. And Noigan Limza Kais Achash Yosim and Amasubim. The Kairan Oisa Kaishi Yo. The way he writes over here, the Lashon is mashma that at the beginning. Right at the beginning, you pour Kaishi Yo. But we don't do that. We do the Kaishi Yo before benching.
My brother Yossi once told me when I was in South Africa, he went to someone's house. It was a few days before Pesach, and they had the whole house was already Pesach, and they had a table set, and with everything with fancy china, and everyone had a place card, Daddy and Mommy and Chaim and this one, that one, and then there was one Eliyahu Novi. They had a seat for him.
Yes.
Yeah, so they could fill up the cup right at the beginning.
Mishal say, person's maid, we don't do that, we pour alone.
By the Rebbe, Mr. Someone poured to the Rebbe, no? By the Seder?
No.
Or by regular for bringing he did, had someone, and by the Seder he poured himself?
He didn't pour.
Yes.
He didn't pour by the Fabrengen.
No, I said by for bringing they didn't, but he said by the Seder he did pour by himself.
He poured by himself.
By the Seder.
Zagadoch, no?
Yeah. Why?
After that?
No, I said to the No, I'm curious, maybe he had his own bottle that he wanted to touch it.
The Emma said there's a shayla. The word mazigas. The word mazigas hakais. We touch it pouring, but really mazigas means mixing. The wine used to be very strong, so you have to mix the wine. There was. When you pour the wine, yimzugu heim v'loihu be'atzma. K'dei lahares derech acheres. V'yazeh l'bnei beisai, sheyishtem mikol kais v'chol pachos etzarayv b'pam achas. Now, this is a big problem many times by the Zorim. A lot of people just take a sip of the wine and they don't want to drink it. And the eitzah is, like I said last night, take small cups, and a cup of 4 ounces is enough. And if you drink 2 ounces of it, it's shena arev kais. Except the last kais, you have to drink a full reviyas, because you want to make a bracha achrona, you have to drink a full reviyas. V'yichavna kulun l'mitzvahs ava kaises, v'sipi yitzias mitzrayim, v'achilas matzah mara. Everybody should have this in mind. Kigama noshim chayaves b'mitzvah segel. Rak b'aseiba einam nahages. There are, now the Rebbe Shulchan, I think it brings out that there was some women that did b'aseiba, were very chashuv women, like Yasu kiddush kakosa b'agada, v'yishda b'aseiba small. In other words, it means that you should look into the Agoda when you make Kiddush. V'toiv im efshel asher kedas ha-paiskim, lishkas kais shleima b'chol arba kaises. And by the Alter Rebbe, Shulchan Aruch, there's even a shayla if it means to drink a full reviyas or it means to drink a full kais. We feel usually that we drink the full kais.
That's right.
But that's why it's an answer not to take a very big case, so it wouldn't be difficult. Now, he says over here the Lashon, Yasa Kiddush Kakosa Ba'agoda. So it means to say you should look in the Agoda
It's
when
not
you
like
make
you mixed
kiddush.
up like all the other times.
Because I once told a story that someone was benching Bahad, and I goes up in Yalav Yava, Yom Chag HaMatzah says, Yom Chag HaShavuos says, Yom Chag HaSukkah says.
That makes more sense. They were saying it.
Someone told them it's good to cook an innovation when I'm benched.
What?
אחר כך יחץ ידיו ולא יברך עליהם ומנגלו, and he dries them, וחייתך מן הקלפס לעצמי ולכל בני ביסי ולכל לחץ פוחס מכזייס וטייבלם במי מלך ומבורכם בידי פי אדמו ומכוונם לפתר בברכה זו גם את המורה, actually both moras, the mora that we eat directly and the mora that we eat in the kairach. V'oicha gam kein b'aseva small, and that's not our minhag. We don't eat it b'aseva. No, I said already one time that I once said this barabim by a group of shluchim that if everybody will go to wash, it'll take you an hour till everybody gets out of the place, it comes back to the place, and it'll break up the whole Seder. So I said that by the Yakis they have this minhag.
Only the Rosh Hashanah.
Only the Rosh HaMishpacha. They bring down a cloth with water and everything, and they explain the Inyan with Tibur B'mashke, and B'mela, so he does it because the whole Indian is just in order that, to arouse curiosity.
How you live to make 24th?
אחר כך נויטרס המצה האמצעי וכל כל לשני חלקים ומניח החלק הגדול עצם ומשוב לאפיקנים ונהגן לקוחי במפה לאו דווקא, we would put it under the pillow זכר למה שקוסם משרייסם צרועס בסמויסם ויש שם משימים אייסי כך על שכמם. That's the Iranians. The Iranians do that.
I think the Moroccans.
זכר יציאת מצרים ולפי שאפיקנים הוא במקום הפסח לכן הוא חושב ויהיה החלק הגדול והחלק הקטן מחזיר לקרא למקיימת. So over here we have to understand as he says that you put away the chelek agadol. Why? Because it's the apikayim is very chashuv. In under Sfarim state that in you putting away the bigger chelek is outside Remez, that now we're celebrating Yetzias Mitzrayim. And with Shaitan Pasuk agadol yiyah the next gula, then this to show that the next gula will be greater. Is that's why we put away the apikayim. There's a story that they told. I think I bring it at the name of some tzedek, I think, that at one time, or by the summer, one time someone did the yachatz, and then he started measuring which half is bigger. So the Rebbe said, a gadol was from Dafra Mesten, it can gadol it.
Yeah.
A Megala Kitzasma, huh?
The what? The coffee?
No, he added that the cutting is gesser for him.
Okay, that's very fun. A Megala Kitzasma
The way the
Samasas,
rabbi said it's very hard.
a Magbiya as a kaida. By us, we don't pick up the kaida, we just uncover it. But he says, Holach Manya, we say, Helach Manya, the Achol B'Shana, Ad Rishana Bo B'nei Chayda. V'ayimim ki halach ma'anya, v'ayimim, those who say ki halach ma'anya, v'ayimim tevis di. Because if you want to say that, you shouldn't say that this is. Achar kach moizgen kashniya, v'atinik shayo manashtana, v'yim ein tinik yisho ben acha, oy bitay, oy chaveday, oy ishtay, v'yim ein yisho shayo es atzman, now, our minhag is, according to what he says over here, the youngest one came a Ben Shail, but we feel that everybody asks the Manashtan. Harakach Haimim Avodim Ayinu, Vahanochan Leforish Libnei Beisai, Divrei Haggadah, V'Loshen Shem Bevinim. That's why Amol Gezeiten, they used to, the women weren't educated. They didn't have girls' schools in those days. So they used to make Haggadahs with pictures. And so what they used to do was they used to sit and discuss the pictures. And that was the way to discuss it. The question is, what is the inyan of saying Avodim Ayinu? So a lot of times, on Pesach, comes the morning, comes a boy to shul, and I'll ask him, did you ask the 4 questions? He says, yeah. And and I said, no. What, did your father give you an answer? He looks at me. And then if you have a lot of other people, you ask them, there's 4 questions, and I go there, where's the answer? So he says, Haggadah. I said, so how did Haggadah answer all the questions? Then there's a bigger problem. The one who officially asks the 4 questions is a young child, right? So you're going to tell me that you give him an answer that takes 2 hours, and you expect him, he's going to fall asleep right away. He'll never get the answer. So I bring in my Haggadah that a child, if he asks, you have to answer him, short and sweet, that you should go away. The answer to the 4 questions is 1 line in the Haggadah. Avodim Ayinu L'Parav Mitzrayim, V'Yetzeinu Hashem Elokeinu Misham B'Yom Chazaka. That's the whole answer to the 4 questions. How does that answer the 4 questions? Very simple. Our question we ask about Madbilim. Why why are we Madbu? Because of is according to the Avdus Mitzrayim. So because Avodim Ayinu L'Parav Mitzrayim, that's what Madbilim. Then we ask the question about we eat why matzah? Matzah is a sim because they went out and they didn't have no time to make any other food. Then we ask a question about mora. Why do we eat mora? So the answer is because of Avodim Ayinu L'Parav Mitzrayim. Then we ask the question why Gershon is subim. We eat like free people because we are saying Hashem Elokeinu Misham B'Yom Chazaka. The rest of the Haggadah is just a narration. That's not the gate to the little child already. When you said Avodim Ayinu, that posuk, you gave the answer, and it's very important to explain. There's a lot of people that when they start saying about it, they say, and the answer is Avodim Ayinu L'Parav Mitzrayim. So you have to explain what the answer is and how he answers all 4 questions in a very simple way.
They'll make a short version of the Haggadah.
Huh?
After that, you can go straight to Shulchan Aruch. That's the question you got the answer on your right there.
Then he says he should explain to everybody, V'im gam ba'atzma eina meiven loshen HaKodesh, Yoyma mitoich HaGodesh, she impaired his Eshkenah. You don't say, but you could
Say
read
it in English.
Say it in English. Ulacha kol piska, Yoyma b'loshen Ashkenaz. That means let him explain it in Mikoshkein Hamayma Rabbi Gamliel Hayayma Kosh Rayam Shlosh Zichel Haven as Akam Shapesach Matzah Umara Kishmagia V'Hishamda. When you come to V'Hishamda, Yichase es Amatzas, because you're going to pick up the cup. So you make a simmers out of the cup. So Yichase es Amatzas. Shloitira Apaz Boshto Sheminicha Naisai V'Noitlen es Akais. V'noitrin es hakaises b'deim, v'oimer v'hisha omda, ad miyodam, matzreinu miyodam, and then v'chayzer umegala as hamatzos. There's a lot of reasons, besides the reason of Shoy Yira Pasas Vaishlag, there's a lot of reasons why we pick up the cup. What is the pshat v'hi? V'hi and this. Visha, what is this? So there's one reason that I once saw in a Agada that was printed by a rabbi in Washington in 1925. I have the Agada. That he writes over there that v'hi shalom means what is that helped us? What is that protected us? The kais. What's pshat the kais? That we didn't drink wine together with the goyim. If we would have drank wine with the goyim, we would become friendly with them. We would assimilate it with them. If the he sha'am, this is what that helped us. I once went with the Rashag to visit a Gevir, and the Rashag says to me, "Doaz v'hisha omdo." She has the day and not him. Yeah. Ukishmagia l'matzah zul, when you come to matzah zul, noitol es hamatzah shel hamatzah shebekara umara l'bnei beisa. We don't do that. All we do is we hold the matzah, two of the matzahs. V'chein b'mara zeh, say when you come by mara, it says magbiya, so no, we hold our hand, we put our hand on the mara. Avukashayim pesach shoya v'seinu oichem lo yagbiya es azraya. Shehi zeichel pesach, shelo yeinirik yilu yagdish l'kach. It shouldn't look like it's a part of the common pesach. Ukashiyah magiya v'fichach, over there you pick up the kais again, is mechas says hamatzos, v'noit kol echad as a kais b'yodayim, u'magbiya ad shechaisim go al yisrael. Our minhag is a little bit different. We put it down in the middle.
Yeah, but the two are lookers. Let me pick it up again for a second.
We
talk about that. What you're
and
supposed to do.
b'shayvim small. Achar kach reitzim yedayim, muvachim al netilas yedayim. Then you make a bracha on moitzi al hamatzos. So the bracha on moitzi you make on holding all three matzos. Ufisha b'yantav tzarech l'tzaya al shtei kikar shleimus umitzvah achilas matzah hi min haprusa ufisha hamatzah nikras lachamoini v'daka sha'oni b'prusa. He gets little pieces. Akain b'shor shumavarach hamoitzi oiches shtei hamatzos hashleimus b'yoda v'aprusa b'neim Mavarech Hamaitzi. He holds all three. Then, Umaniach has a matzah tachtainim yada. He lets the bottom matzah slip out of his hand. V'oiches rak ba'oyena. V'gam b'prusa. And he holds the top and the middle one. Umavarech ha'achilas matzah. U'beitzeya min ha'oyena v'gam min ha'prusa. He takes up from both.
Top in the middle.
Kol achas kezayis. V'cheinu noisun chol b'nei beisai. Now, that doesn't mean that there's so much kazaisim in the matzah. It means you give a piece and you add other matzah to it. To break it down at one time, Yisha b'neim kal shouldn't wait. V'yechish neim b'seva. And v'noigim v'dirs elu sheb'leil Pesach ain't taiflin matzah b'melech. Lo shel ha'moitzi lo shel matzah. And the reason is because not to affect in any way the taste of the matzah. You should taste only matzah. Mishayne yochel lilois matzah, someone that can't chew matzah, it's too hot for him. Or mutter l'shoysa b'mayim, that's if he has gebroks. If he doesn't have gebroks, so then you could use juice. But when you use juice, you have to make sure that it's pure juice, not juice that's made from concentrate, but that's water. Ubevat shaloi tehei nimchas l'gamri, it shouldn't fall apart entirely. Umishu zokan ha'chayla v'eni yochel la'acha shruya b'mayim, yochel shroisa b'yayin, v'b'sham mashkin. Kishashayden es ha'matzah lotzis bo, tzich l'zohar shaloi v'shroisa meisleis, you shouldn't let it soak for a day, because then kiyozlach Shabbos k'mavushel. ואין יוצאים בו, you're not יוצאים מבושל. וגם צריך להיזהר בשאר דברים, שלא יאפסד דין לחם. אוקיי. אחר כך נוטל כזאי סמורה, וכן הוא נויסן כל לחם לבייסר, וטייב לו בחרייסס, ומנער את החרייסס מעולב, שלא יסבט אותם המורה. People like to eat the charaisis, so you should shake it off. V'vorach al chilas mora, v'oichoi b'loya seva, that ye not reclined. Achakar neitem ha-matzah tachtayna, then you take from the third, the bottom matzah, the Yisrael, gam ken kezayis, v'gam kezayis mora, and v'nochen l'treiv l'gam b'charoises u'naroi me'olav, why to shake it off? Because it shouldn't become gebroks. If it's wet, it'll become gebroks. ומניח את המורה תך המצה, ואוים הכינו סהילו, ואויכו בסייף. שיר כזייס, what is a כזייס? כסבנו בקולם שוקם מחוצי ביה. אומנם יש אומנם, שהוא קצת פוקוס מכשוס ביה, because there's a shaila that they say that when they made originally the shiurim based on an egg, that the eggs today are smaller than they used to be. So you can't say a third of an egg. A third of an egg was more, a bigger piece. Even the mother was manazam b'darabon. Lochen misha kosher olav lechel mora yochel lismach adaya zayis lechrach pachas psas. You could use a little bit less because on the shidabon. The same thing also benegay to the matzah. The first kazayis of matzah is the raisa, not the second. So but there you can also take a smaller piece a little bit. Yivorach olav v'chein umishu chayla she'eni yochel lechel mora klal. You can't eat it, it's not good for his health. Yilois akol ponim tzas me'aminim she'yoytze, he should like chew and let a little bit come into his mouth. A shad esav ma'at, עד שיגש תמריד בפיו, וזכר בעלמא, בבלוי ברכה.
You could smell it also.
No, that doesn't say. אחר כך, אוכל הסודה, ויש לך כל הסודה בסבט, that's לאו דווקא, in Lubavitch, ונוהג לך ביצים, and you eat them, the egg from the, and our minhag is that we dip it into the salt water. והחכם, Eina B'Roshei, Chacham is smart, Shloimala Kreisa shouldn't stuff himself up with the meal. L'man Yuchel Lechol, Es Afrikaimen, Kimitzvasa, V'loi V'achila Gasa, the Ein Oichem Bosset Tzli B'Shnei Alegas, you don't eat roasted meat, Afilu Shel Oif, even chicken, Afilu B'Shlul V'Hakach Tzolul B'Gdeira, Ein oichen, but for cat, if it was roasted and then later cooked, then it's mutter. Yesh noigen shloi lechol b'leilas elu shum tibul, chutz m'shnei tibulim shel mitzvah, kidei she'ei nika she'elu heim u'shei mitzvah. Racha gemara asuda, oichen afikaimim. Zeicha l'kom pesach, shoyinechol v'zeicha asuda. Sheyehei Gemara call Hasriya, the whole Seder Zatkheit. V'yesh lechel shnei zaysim. Over there also she eat two zaysim. Echad zeicha l'pesach v'echad zeicha L'matzah she'inach on a Pesach, like Hillel did. V'akol panav v'yipros b'kezayis, v'echav ha'seiva, v'achar ha'seiva also l'achol shum dover. And our minhag is that you're not allowed to drink anything also. And the reason is that it should be clear the time of the Afrikaner.
You don't drink nothing. We have wine after, but
That's a separate thing. That's a part of the Seder.
yeah, but we don't drink water even afterward.
No. But some say, I saw this, but some say that the shayla of drinking after Afrikaner is only up to Chatzos. Not after Chatzos. There's some say that. Incidentally, if you have a minute, in the Gola state, by the Chacham fragt, Ma Eid is a good man Shvatim. Then it says, V'afar the Amalai Kehilchos HaPesach, and Meftinach HaPesach Afrikaner. So the Welt always teaches, what does that mean? So it's, Pasha, they teach it means that you should tell them everything till the din that ain't Meftinach HaPesach Afrikaner, that you can't eat after. The Lashon doesn't say that. It says, V'afar ta'amloi ki hilchos ha'pesach. It should have said, V'afar ta'amloi hilchos ha'pesach. Why does it say ki hilchos ha'pesach? So, I have a taich that the pshat is different. You talk, the Chacham is asking you questions. Ma eid is the chut ma'ashvat. So the Baal God is saying to him, if he's asking you a question, he wants to know, don't like filibuster, but you got to give him clear answers. So that's the pshat in the way. Why is it that after the Afrikaner we don't eat? Why? We should have a clear taste of the Afrikaner. If we'll eat, we'll have a diluted taste of the Afrikaner. So he says, you should tell him just like Hilchos HaPesach.
It's clear.
You have to have a clear taste. Yeah. Give him a clear answer that he should understand what it all means.
Patient.